At the same time, it's not really about even the calls for these guys. It's about following through. For them, they always have a path to take. They always have two options and then a split in between. So I hope they can fix that for this end game.
Now you're seeing here Benji's trio with Matzo Amplify. Benji has been the one, the in-game leader, calling all the shots, leading the TARP here. Benji has the opportunity to not only put them in great positioning, but get some key shots as they're trying to trip Tayson's trio right above them. Doesn't find the trip and moving on through. My concern for this trio, Chayo, is not a lot of hard mats, so they're going to need to find an impact frag to refresh that.
They could stay all the way ahead and pray for zones to bounce back too, but no, you're absolutely right. And they get Diablo, they have harpoons as well. So possibly, yes, getting a lot of mat split from Benji, but they're gonna have to pick it back up as Benji's actually moving fast.
They're injecting.
One of the TARP, he's looking for it again. This is on Kira. This is the big Kira that looks for long range fights.
Oh.
3 picks to the wall, edit, rip, blocked. Going for it again, no chance for Benji.
Great defense. Great defense from Kira's trio, stopping them right there. They had the front side, they were looking up, and they were able to turn their attention, but Benji's in trouble. This is what happened. Oh, does Benji turn that around? Were they able to get out of that situation? Yes, he is, but it's a matter of moments, but Amplify goes down.
And Benji, I think, almost, oh, he got a big siphon on the lane. He stays alive, and Matzel's also in the equation, so all hope is not lost yet. Zone is still pulling farther and faster. These guys have the mats. They need to play the game now. Big pump from Benji on the mat, so it doesn't get too much out of the way. But the harpoon from Matzo, he's trying to find a way to stay alive. He harpoons the ramp, and a big clap back comes through, and now it's just up to Matzo to just try to keep the stream, try to get these points somewhere good for game one.
Now down to soft mats here. It's all important here as a solo just to hold on as much as possible. With the intense pressure here, 11 HP, going to be able to get back to 100 HP. It does go a little bit back, so could afford a little bit of breathing room as Hottie, Tripper are doing really well. We know that they're a hype. That's the team that's been sitting there since Zone 5. They're lighting up the feed, and Matzo gets caught out by 4ZR's trio.
Kira's defense is also looking good. He's picking up a few eliminations, and I see Maestro all the way on low ground, so I'm wondering how they're doing entirely. Yep, that's the big wrap-up. It wasn't Nate that took them out, so low ground Kings will be Tayson, 4ZR, and Nate for now. They're expanding, overbuilding, making sure they control things all the way through. Question is, what angle do they look at next? Yeah, still building in the zone. It's actually silence on the entire side of this end game. No one from height really shooting down too much. Trulex actually in a desperate situation. He's moving through old builds. Lucky that he has these right in front of him. He's gonna have to make that luck actually work for him now. Breaking the wall. It's Barren Wasteland right in front, and he goes down. Hazardous, treacherous pathways right there. He cannot triumph over 4ZR and Nate are popping though. They get another, and Tayson's also looking healthy.
This is a great game for Tayson, 4ZR, and Nate. We've been asking this question. Will they be able to capitalize their opportunity here in the semifinals to get in the top 6? Hottie picks up a lot. It's a Hottie trio versus the 4ZR trio. High ground and low.
Yep, we saw Tayson basically eradicate everyone on low ground. From there on the high, they've been pressuring 24/7. Where will the Elam swap over to? Who's going to win here? Because there's a lot of old bills in the way. And when that happens, it's really tough for height.
10 points are on the line and the first victory out of the Heat 2 here in the semifinals. Now opportunities going, 4ZR goes up, Nate goes up, Tayson on the backside here trying to sneak up on anybody. No pressure is just being too much from the top, but Nate actually catch Tripper. Tripper goes down, and now it's a 2v3 opportunity here as Tayson and 4ZR Nate are slowly cracking their way, cracking as many builds as possible, trying to get up to the top here. This is a big metaphor to the entire ride this season, trying to claw their way to the top of the leaderboard, which we've been waiting for all season, Shayo.
Man, these guys are gonna have to go straight all the way up to the moon, and Tayson's already feeling the lack of oxygen. So much HP gone. 25 now, 15 as he tries to build his way all the way up high. They're not trying to take these guys down. They're trying to grasp the zone completely off of them. And there goes Tayson, the last desperate effort for the shoot down, but it's just his body that hits the floor. All up to 4ZR now in a 2v1 situation.
Good job!
9 seconds to see exactly if the people who shot up all the way towards the first place slot, 4ZR, Tayson, and Nate, actually deserve it. Can they hold on to it? And can anyone else make their mistakes from game 1 look so much better in game 2?
Trulex is in a vital stretch. All he has to do is just hold on. Not necessarily get elims. They already have a lot about Akira's on his backside. So Trulex here just trying to get as much placement points as possible. Already in the second threshold of placement points. Every placement point is going to tick in and net a point for Trulex's trio. So this is going to be a huge performance from Trulex.
He's already dipping back into the storm to get a little bit of a tick down. To be able to utilize that met kit for an off heal. Might have to come in early because this is a really
this is
far
great
pull. Still, he's so late. Yeah, there's so many people
so
who kind
good.
of
No one's looking at him.
Free. And so far, I've counted 3 trios that have gone down. He's definitely accruing all that placement, but all the way up ahead, look at all the people getting the elims. There's a chance for Seti and Teak to clash with 4ZR, Tayson, and Nate all the way down below. Tripper is on the middle ground now. Actually, Seti, Cammy, and Teak have upgraded to be on that spot. The off-heals come in from Trulex. Wasn't at the right time.
No builds, just no builds.
Fall trap, he goes straight down.
Tayson's on the front of the zone here on the low ground once again. Can this be a back-to-back performance as the storm is pulling back? And look at already Tayson making his way up the elevation here, understanding the treacherous path that's ahead here. Cammy said in Teak, this is their first time in the in-game here in game 2. They went down early here, but you're seeing how suffocating it can be on the low ground when there's a mountain involved here. But Seti's making some great movement here, some great movement up the side of the mountain here on this elevation. But look, he's gonna try to cut off Tayson. Can he get there? He doesn't. He almost is there. Yes, he's just about to cut off, but it's just with weak mats here. So that means Tayson could still cut it off. Looks like Tayson saw that cut off and he moved a little bit now. Tayson's in front of that build.
That definitely a race between the 2 low ground trios, but as we say that, Hottie takes down 4ZR.
Wow.
So no matter how fast you're building, if you lose a wheel, it's gonna be all over for your trio on momentum.
And that was above them. Remember, Hottie was on mid ground, so Hottie's trio looked down below and picked them off.
Seti and Cammy both get another pick as well as a duo. I think that was 2 elims from them on their side. So now there's 2 very powerful duos on low ground, 8 different teams to watch, and some solo clutches already happening at this moment. Swipe takes out Seti. Caljo still looking to clutch so far right now. Seti's completely taken out now. Sweat gets traded back by Tripper, and Caljo goes down to the storm to Tripper again, so he's operating on low as well. He goes down to Vato inside the same box all the way on height. These guys are just watching. They're merely just watchers, not even making sure they have any much of a say on anyone on low ground. Height's basically invisible. Sky's got big picks. Hottie gets Vato again. Low ground is so volatile that Cammy's forced to go for the medkit play. Now he looks to drop down below. What's he gonna find? A little bit of chaos. There's a little bit of a river all the way on the bottom, so no one's actually taking it just yet. Nate is surviving what looks like with Tayson right now. They have a little bit of low control, but Cammy's opened up a door. He's looking for the next shot. Bo Stink right there, and Casper going down in front of him. This is a sneaky shot. He can land, and he does!
Oh my!
A huge one for Cammy, but he gets traded out instantly.
Hottie has been getting so many elims in the feed here, I guess from the grave here, but oh my goodness, what a big elimination from Tayson. Now a solo star trying to rock away. 8 elims so far for the trio here. It's a top 3 situation. Victory out gets a 4-point bonus here, so this is going to be a big game to kind of compromise with that first game that Tayson, 4ZR, and Nate have here, and he catches, but Hottie is still alive. I just didn't see him. Hottie, he gets Tayson too. Are you kidding me?
He's absolutely insane. A 180 shot on the Nate. Big shots on the Tayson, but it's not enough to win. The invisible trio. Main spotlights on Tayson, Nate, and 4ZR. They're set up on a river, but they're trying to interrupt the flow of every other trio in the lobby. Picking up the loot with the harpoon. No one else can really capitalize. Stopping Mick the Beast when he goes for a dive. He's gonna get shot down 3 times over and over. Actually, he escapes. Nate goes for the pump. He's actually back down into Nate's box. They're making everyone basically just eviscerate, completely evaporate if they move in their sight lines.
They're making it look so easy right now. Having not left this little post, getting so many tags, and now they're going to be able to make a clean rotation in. And already with the side of the green light going off, Tayson's already moving their way in. Look at this. No one's here on this right side. This is beautiful execution from Tayson's trio.
And while these guys are up good on their elims and on their lair, I think I just saw Hottie and Tripper and take down Seti, Cammy, and maybe even Teak on their side of the zone. And we saw those guys were pretty high up. This could be a first place versus second again. There's Hottie, Tripper, and Eelkratz all the way on the right. It looks like Safik, Arazumi have height overall. Might see a clash of first and second on low ground if Hottie and Tripper can't make it all the way to the top.
We're seeing Zenny right now on the second from height at the moment here. Safik right now has him in danger. He gets chopped right there from Trulix. Queasy and Jerky, who are using the pepper power, gonna go for height, and Safik just cannot keep up with that pepper speed. But he's gonna be able, he has his teammates here to hold on, but Trulix is still full, sending it to height. The build up keeps going. Trulix is so close to get it. He's gonna go for the chop here, and he's gonna have a big opportunity to send in the pop. Oh no, he doesn't look up. He gets hit from the backside. I thought he was gonna get that chop, Shio.
It was so close. Still, this man is moving fast as a train that's got no brakes. Squeezy goes down on this whole trade. They end up with hype though. No revive possible. He gets full finish. He had all the elims too, so maybe some of those refreshes were on his body. Doesn't matter. 4ZR still popping on low. We're gonna be in the Trulex and Jerky type of endgame. You know these guys love to punish when they're on high ground. Everyone on second height should be in trouble. At the same time, Nate, 4ZR, Tayson all alive. They're looking good, but a little bit unhealthy too. Low ground is so hard to navigate with these rivers.
Oh man, but Nate, Tayson, and 4ZR, look at the output that they have. 11 elims, 125 points, and they have a clean tarp to work their way through. A couple of them mini builds here, so they have to keep their head on a swivel, and they have to watch out from above to kind of spin on through. But look at it, no name tags in front of them, only one, and that Nexus trio from the other Victory Royale.
All right, they're going to be running into someone right towards their other side. A huge shot onto Nate. That's going to be trouble. He's going to have to walk all the way back, go for a different lane. It looks good, but zone is pushing in. Two of the teammates are going to have to go over. Tayson's already inside the zone. They're going to have to move.
Hottie's trio picked up 2 elims in the feed.
And they're going to keep going at the same time. Tayson's looking to be the center man, the front man of the lobby. Voxy goes down to Fixie in the feed as well. Irezumi's popping off. They might have lost height, but they're not out of the game. A big trade on to Fixie while everything goes down. Nate looks for his next target, but it's peaceful on this side of the map inside the river. Ireazumi finally traded out towards the end. 6 teams now left. We're getting the high placement and high pressure as well from this squad who's beaming anyone else on their lair. They haven't switched. This is one of the hardest spots to play in and with, and they're looking so good doing it.
Here comes the elevation here. The layer switch goes off, and they're running right into Sun. They get a nice knock right there. Nate 4ZR Tayson with a phenomenal performance here with eliminations here, looking to get another Victory Royale possibility here. Now they're looking strong in the low ground. Now look at high. Trulix and Jerky here trying to capitalize, but Hottie and Tripper in the mid ground with Elo Cracks have been getting so many elims from the second from high position.
This is going to get crazy. 4ZR Nate Tayson, the unstoppable force, about to clash with the immovable object of Hottie. But right before that, there's other satellites in the way. We see Nexus, previous game winners. Fusion right there too, getting picked apart, edited, and just completely slaughtered.
Oh my!
They get completely eliminated. Past that, there's just one person left alive. I think Nexus is down. Fusion on the backside. 4ZR's controlling 2 different people by himself. Might be a little bit more than he can shoot. Backs up, gets the siphon, looks good. Past that, we see a little bit more on the server. No, they're the only people who are actually active. Everyone else silent. Looks like Height is not really trying to do too much for the moment. They're staying silent. These guys, though, they're moving up.
They're about to collide with Hottie. Right now, they're moving up. They get Zico right now. Another elim so far, but they're going to collide with Hottie. You're seeing them right there. Here we go. A battle between first and second. It's going down. 4ZR gets knocked right now. Tripper goes down. The trades are happening. It's a battle between Hottie and Tayson. Hottie has no shield. Tayson's going back and forth. Tayson looking strong with 200 HP, and I think he's about to take him out. Now Tayson's all alone here. He's going against Jerky. 52 tag. Tayson, can you do this, brother? It's a 1v1 situation in the Victory Royale. Trulix here. He doesn't know. Oh my goodness. Tayson with the big connection.
How? These guys have been struggling with Surge. They've been going down to so many different teams. It's opposite day in game 4. It's a complete flip for every single trio, and that means the majority of the lobby has a chance to really come back for these 6 games. 199 damage below, though, is Screwy Fusion and Nexus. These guys won a game, 89 points. This is their chance to kind of get towards the second, third place slot, but they're having trouble here as a solo Screwy is going to have to try to get a few placement points. While that happens, Seti, Cammy, Teak ahead of the zone, metal boxes. This is what you love to see. This is basically a position of a win.
And while all that's happening as well, Bato's doing so well. They're lighting up the V2.
Nice. Fusion's kind of eliminations coming a little bit late, but they get confirmed from a lot of people going down to the storm. Sky Vato on the backside. It's very risky to end up fighting there. I'm not sure if they all end up surviving. We see one person being tossed around like a hot potato between boxes too, as Sun is trying to survive in his own as well. Kweezy's taking out big shots too, while Cammy picks up Jimky. That was the body that was being thrown. Fusion's finally going down to Crow. What looks like a full elimination. Scrubby finds a few more too. Bayon on height is popping off at the same time as everything goes down.
And if the zone is going back as Cammy and T pick up 2 elims in the feed here. K-Wet now picks up a elimination on Sanji here. Sun sitting in the top 6 here. This is going to be big just to hold on as much as possible. It's a top 8 placement right now. If another person goes down, it's going to be another point. That med kit play right there could be huge right now as Trulix takes out Skite.
And so many elims so fast. Height is active with a very aggressive trio that lands their shots. Low ground has Seti, Cammy, T, who are eradicating everyone in their path, and mid ground's taking trades back and forth. As a result, Sancho, yeah, there's now just 7 trios alive. We'd see this happen in 2 more minutes. It's happening in the 7th zone.
happened in 7th zone, and it is the 3rd place team, Trulix here, as I solo, once again doing all that he can to hold on. Goes for a layer switch, gets tagged in the back, gets jumped in the box, and eliminated by Migon right then and there. But it's Diablo Bayan coming from 20th place right before this match, making some big movements here. But when the zone goes back and forth, Shayo, you and I both know elims are scarce.
Yeah, and right now the zone going back and forth is going to be very unorthodox. 8th zone. It's so early for it to be a top 3 already, but once you get into Camp COD, it's a different land. Things end up switching up. Down below, Seti, Cammy, Teak, they're going to be trying to work as a full trio. I think in mid-ground, there's a duo operating, and then Diablo is all the way up top. Let's see what each team can do.
Ooh,
big beam from Teak. He has been the point man this entire game, finding the first type of damage so far, and it's been working out on every layer. They have a huge advantage now on low. They know height will be slightly weak. Their heal game might be slightly off as well. And mid-ground's kind of in between them. For Seti, Cammy, Teak, this is the perfect scenario. But if I'm looking at this bounce back, it's going slightly up. They're going to have to do something or basically just get clamped by zone.
Yeah, it looks like Crows right now. That team's in between the low ground and high ground. Looks like Seti, Cammy, and Teak are now deciding enough's enough. We're not going to go back and forth on our Ortogs. We're going to go up and try to get these eliminations, considering that we're in 15th place here. But the Stings come through here, and they're trying to crack their way through with the pickaxe here. But Kwet, Crow, they're sitting right above them. And, of course, Diablo's trio is creating pressure. Can Teak get in the box? He doesn't get in. He slips right down, but Cammy's right there to back him up. Kwet's fighting for his life. He's running as much as possible. Cammy and Teak and Seti are in, but Kwet, does he go down? Yes, he goes down. Cammy gets that knock and that 2 points. Crow all alone trying to hold on, but Crow is slowly about to get confirmed. But here comes the high team. Diablo gets Teak. Down goes Cammy. It's all up to Seti here. 14 HP and a dream to trying to bring back the comeback. 20th place on. This will be a big opportunity to get closer to the top 6, but it is the Diablo. It's Bayan, I think, is the only one left. No! He had him inside.
Can be down, picked up, down once more, but as long as he outlives that trio of Diablos, they have a chance to really catch up. It's just one of the teammates. Meanwhile, Diablo's a solo. Emmy taken out once more, this time not going to be able to be revived. There are no reboot bans in this lake, and everyone is in high water right now. Lewis and Edison finding even more. Their elims are just popping in the feed over and over. These guys are really looking to take over right now and break into that top 6. Looking at exactly where they are for the moment. 32nd place. This is their comeback game for the moment. Mr. J and Light are right below Diablo. He's right below Mika and Joy as well. This is such a scary situation.
I don't know if you've ever been to the ocean down there at the beach, but Diablo is seeing a big wave about to crash over him, and he's gonna dip on through, dive on through, wait for the wave to go over him, and hope not to be found. This is gonna be a huge, gigantic chance just to be able to snake his way and get placement points, but he gets found out and eliminated by Teak.
One edit is the big thing that just takes him apart completely. Shows exactly where he is with the flashing build. Unfortunately, 100 points will be where that trio stays. For everyone else, looking to break triple digits if they want to get in to the top 6. Squeezy, Jerky, and Trulex are going to be there on height, just like we always see them in EU. Not game 1, though. This is game 5. They really need to push things if they want to get inside the top 6 and look good. Teak, he did take out the man in 6th place, but he can't hold on to get much higher. 1 or 2 points for him. And Seti's now left as a solo. He's going to be holding on to the 6th place limit.
2 elims and just getting into placements is not a good run, but this could turn around as Seti just gets a couple more elims. 111 down below. It's a matter of moments. 8 players, and Seti is one of them that gets eliminated. 6 players have to go down. Queasy, Jerky, and Trulix looking really mighty right now. I'm just taking a look here. Last time they made it out round 5 in the round 4 that they were in, so they're looking to turn their fate now with a big performance here at height, looking strong. But Hottie is still alive and gets an elim on Crow.
Jules, Ico, and Sun, they're looking to stay towards top 3. To do that, they're gonna have to actually beat Queasy and Trulix for all the way on height. These guys are basically just right side by side with Elo, Crash, Rippin, and Hottie, mere points apart. Edison still popping. The 30th place trios are not done yet. Joey Jenner going down, but Lewis is there with the trades. It's huge. Trulex and Jerky, they're looking to punish the entire lobby. No edits will go unscathed. Swite is trying to move through. Vortexers down. They've made it kind of inside the top 6. The limit, the threshold was 103. They're on 105. but they go down. So it might not even matter that much. They might get pushed through as well. So many different teams alive that can take away the spot right before the final game to qual for the finals.
And it is Hottie that is doing so well right now. Oh my.
Jules actually took out Elocrat, so these guys are looking straight up at the team in front of them on the leaderboards and trying to take their spot.
Right now, Jules and Zico doing a phenomenal performance here. An unexpected trio that could qualify into the top 6 here with game 5 here. Zone is bouncing a little bit to the right here, out into the free zone. So no builds in Jules' back pocket here. All he has is armed with a purple pump. And if he gets a big hit, he does pick up a couple builds here, 10 total. He can survive a little bit longer if he catches someone on the backside. But he has got to make the right choice here. We saw Diablo make one bad edit and he was eliminated. Can Jules be able to get into it? Takes a tick of the storm. He has an opportunity. Maybe he gets to hold on to this. Maybe catch up to Cartoon on the backside.
He has to. The team right below him is the one who did exactly what he did. They took out his teammates. Fusions had an insane 3K just moments ago and got so many points. He might actually be ahead of Jules. Edison right in front of him. We know how much momentum he has. Harpoon comes in. Peanut butter edit, but there's no jelly. Right now, Jules is looking for the big shot afterwards. Nothing. There's a stair actually blocking right below, and it's an edited floor. He can't really jump on the right side. He gets a big beam. There's a distraction, and he has the big shot too. Can he pull from the Queasy? Yes, he can. And he gets the finish. Full siphons through 2 back-to-back, and he's still in the storm, and he can't stop. Jules definitely is popping off for the moment and keeping his team's dreams alive right now to make it inside the top 6, stay in there, and maybe even hit top 3.
Jules is shining bright like a diamond right now. 7 limbs here, and no builds. Goes to the Harpoon play. Gets eliminated, but what a big performance from the AMK picking that up as Cartoon. And yes, Cartoon picks up. Hey, that's a nice game. 8 limbs.
Pressure now to Airwalks' boxer, an opportunity for him to roll into Edison. And Julius, here we go. Big one. This is what they needed to make up all the points. But they're also going to attract a lot of the pressure from the sides of the map. Frezzy will not stop on these shots at all. We saw Stinks already be an issue for a lot of teams to deal with. 105 points for Airwalks. They're catching up to that 109 that's currently in 6th. Teams are dropping like flies, though. We go from 24 to 22 in this type of zone. Usually, it doesn't really end up happening. People stay straight the whole time. There's no way for them to really make mistakes or over peak in these moments. It might be because of Surge that's coming up. We'll see exactly what happens in this jungle of a mess of builds. So many teams here, none of them in zone.
Stay glued to your screens. This is the first moving, and we have a 4-way race, maybe 5-way race, with Resimian getting a knock in the feed for the top 6 here. All these trios are already in that top 17, but you do not want to get in the reboot round, I'm sorry, because that's where the intensity picks up, and talk about a boiling situation here. And now you see Elocrast and Tripper on the front side. Airwalks, Vato, and Sky going for a layer chance, going a little bit higher to the mid ground, looking for some air to breathe and get away from that cluster.
A little bit confusing to watch sometimes. Don't worry about all the numbers on the screen that are in blue or white. Focus on the gold and yellow ones right beside Vato's name. It's 115. We'll take a look at all the teams that are also pathing right now. It's Cartoon on height, it looks like, and they're also a team in that position. 203 for Tayson. They're miles ahead. Once again, if anyone's near that 115, 120 point threshold, they're the ones in trouble. This is looking at a perspective of your first place team rolling in. Who can they stop and dominate? Right now, Sheesh, Kirby, and as well as another player on the left side at the moment. The Cartoon, yeah, they're looking so good all the way up top. They have a chance of really dominating this lobby on height. 115, 117 total points. Seti, Kemi, and Teak are right down below.
Yeah, what a wide tarantula tarp they have on height at the moment here. They're gonna have to find some limbs here to get some kind of distance away from Seti's trio. They're very close by. Siberia, Narez, and Sapphic here, second from height. Yes, 128. That is the new threshold that we have to keep an eye on here. The goal points here as 4ZR gets a elimination on Elocrast. But now, Kirby and AMK gonna have to do this as a duo. 128. Keep an eye on that gold number, 128.
128, but only 4 builds for this team right now as they go all the way down. One person knocked below, but a big bump comes in from AMK. AMK is on fire at the moment. It might be the Elam that they need, but Fixie rolls down right behind. Big trade coming in from the teammate. Kirby keeps things rolling for the team so far. 5 eliminations. He's the point man. 135 points. On fire on the walls of Seti, Kemi, and Teak. No builds. Final box. What will he do here?
137 has been lifted here. This new threshold by Kirby here. Every trio that gets eliminated will be another point added to Kirby trio. So he has to hold on. 2 builds, armed with a purple pump here, and the ability to off-heal here just to get a little bit more placement.
So Trulex goes down in the feed. I'm looking at the elimination feed right now on the top left to see exactly what's going down as this man is the medkit.
Oh no! No!
This time medkit, and we're frozen for 138 points for that trio. Teak, Seti, and Cammy, 135.
Can they do it?
They're in trouble. Cammy, low HP.
Oh no!
Teak, it's a big shot on the backside too. They need 3 points to overtake that 6th place team. They're so close, but trouble's on their doors.
Sprayed.
Teak closes it down. No doorbells for the moment.
Cammy goes
Cammy's
down.
through though. They're gonna trade 139. They're in for the moment, but isn't enough. Teak goes down at 139. Who's left? There were so many teams. Safik's there. Irezumi, and there's one person left in the squad with 144 points. They confirmed their ticket to the finals.
And it happened. Sancho was the one that made the call for Safik, Siberia, and Rezumi. They did in that final moment. It was literally that last interaction.
Yeah, if you look here from 11th to 17th, those are the remaining teams that will be playing in the reboot round, and definitely some decent trios there. I think the big thing people are going to be looking at on this page, though, in 20th place, Benji, Fishy, Matzo, and Amplify have failed to qualify, and they failed to make it to the reboot round. That's their FNCS done.
To that top 6 spot right there at the top. Baguette, Vortex, Knight. They started in game 3. We looked and they were in that 1st place spot. And in game 6, they said, Zeke, we're not letting go, but continue down the list. Shaycause, DKS,